Hello, everyone, and welcome back. Listen, I have a question here that I know is a lot on everyone's mind right now, but I think this question is very valid and is going to help a lot of people. Okay, watch this. Is this, right? Is velocity banking for business lines of credit also? Is velocity banking for business lines of credit also? What's the answer to that? An unequivocal yes. The same thing you do on the personal line of credit, you can do on the business line of credit. Why? Because you're using lines of credit. Now, let me give you an example. On your business line of credit, say you're just starting out with $5,000, okay? And this is on your business Visa, your business Amex, Discover, whatever card you have, or even a business line of credit at the bank there. It's a $5,000 line of credit. What you can do with your expenses, your business expenses, let's say your business expenses are, just for simple math now, okay, are $3,000, okay? You can have the card or your line of credit pay your expenses, right? $3,000, but leave the same thing you would do on the personal line of credit. You're going to leave the $2,000 on that line of credit. Why? Because you have to what? Pay it down. Now, when you have business lines of credit, you're actually going to typically be approved for 10 to 100 times more than you would a personal line of credit. So this $50,000 could very well be $50,000. What did I say, 5,000? I said 50, didn't I? Look, this $5,000 can be $50,000 that you're getting approved of. And as you continue to make that revenue and pay those bills, remember, when you're talking about business lines of credit, you only have to be concerned about the minimum monthly payment. Okay, it's not like the personal line of credit because they have different protocols on the personal lines of credit versus your business lines of credit. So let's just say you have the $50,000 here on the business line of credit, and you're still racking up those expenses, right? You're racking up those expenses, so the expenses are now at, let's say, $10,000, okay? That $40,000 is going to stay where? Inside of that business line of credit. Now, you don't have to be concerned about the credit utilization ratio when you're talking about the business lines of credit. Why? Because it's a different protocol. They're just concerned with your business making money. Are you over leveraged? Are you going to be able to pay them back? Okay, so yes, this does work. The same method works, but you have to work it the same way, which means when you get paid as a business owner, okay, as a business owner, let's say you're making what, 200, 300, 500,000 a year. Where's that income going? Let's start out with simple math. $100,000 a year, $8,333 a month that you're making. Where is that $8,333 going into? Where's it going? Where's it going? It's going into the card. It's going into the line of credit. It's going there. Why? Because the lenders are saying, my goodness, this person is paying us gargantuan amounts every month. I mean, over $8,000, over $9,000, over $10,000 is going into the card every month. And their expenses are minimal. and very essential to running their business. Man, they must know how to run a business. And once they say that, what do you think is going to happen to your limit? That's right. They want you spending more money. They want you spending more money. To them, you are a good asset. To them, you are a good investment. So they're going to give you, absolutely, they're going to give you more money. So that 50,000 could very well be 70,000, 80,000, 90,000, 150,000, right? Why? Because you are paying, quote unquote, paying them. But you're not paying them, right? You're transferring. Because once that money comes into your checking account, right, you're then transferring it to the line of credit. Why do I say transfer? Because the same income that hit your checking account is hitting the line of credit. Can you use that income? Yes, you can. So the income, right, that comes in, let's go ahead and put 8.33 a month, right? It's coming in to this $50,000 line of credit. And then you have the $10,000 in expenses. You're like, CJ, I know that my expenses are way more than the $10,000. I know, but this is easy math, okay? Look, $40,000 is the cash flow, all right? That's what you have left over. Man, good job. So what we want to do is we want to continue on with paying that off. Absolutely, because you still got 10,000 that you borrowed from the 50,000. Okay, so how are we paying it off? By the $8,333 a month. Now, let's go ahead and do the math. How do we know when we're going to pay that $10,000 down? That's right. We're going to take the balance and divide it by the, that's right, the cash flow. You take the balance and divide it by the cash flow, and that's how many months you're going to pay this down. So in this scenario, it's going to be like 0.25 months before you pay that off, okay? In no time flat. Okay, you're going to be paying that off very quickly. So let's go through it again. Let's go through the VelociFlow, okay? Let's go ahead and write that out. It's called the VelociFlow of money. The VelociFlow is going to be, you take your income, okay, once it hits that checking account, you go into what? That's right, your line of credit, put it in that line of credit, and then you're going to pay the expenses from the line of credit, and whatever is left over, right, the cash flow from your income minus expenses is the cash flow, whatever is left over, okay, is going to be paying that off. So this is actually how much is left after the $10,000 expenses. This is not the cash flow. No, the cash flow is what? Do you remember that? It's going to be the income minus expenses equals C. So I minus E equals C. Income minus expenses equals cash flow. All right? And some people may say it's monthly discretionary income. You can say that as well. But this is a simple formula that you definitely need to remember. It's I minus E equals C. And that's your cash flow. That's how much is going to be paying off this card. Okay, so let's just go ahead and go through it, all right? So what did we say? The balance, right? The balance, which is what, 10,000? So 10K, all right? Divided by what? The cash flow, okay? So what's the cash flow? What's the cash flow? 8,333. Let's say the expenses in the business were each month we're going to be 4,000, right? 4,333 for easy math. The 4,000 is going to be the cash flow. So we'll go ahead and divide that by 4K, all right? 10,000 divided by 4,000 is what? What is that? Okay, let's go ahead and do it. 2, 8, 2.5. So you're going to be paying that card off in 2.5 months. Only 2.5 months, okay? Why? Because the cash flow is, remember, 8,333, that's your income each month, minus the expenses of 4,333 each month, equals what? The cash flow, which is 4,000. That's where the 4,000 came from, okay? So this came from this balance right here, and the 4K is the expenses. So it's going to take you 2.5 months to pay that off with no lifestyle changes whatsoever in your business. That's what you do, all right? That's what you do. Now, I know in your business it's going to be different than your personal. These were just easy numbers here. You say revenue is coming in. Make sure that you get with your tax and your bookkeeper, right? Your tax preparer, your tax planner, your tax strategist, and your bookkeeper. Make sure you're getting with them. Make sure you're getting with your CPAs, okay? To ensure that you are doing the best with your capital. And we can definitely hook you up with some of ours if you would need that assistance. But please remember, you can do velocity banking with your line of credit, okay? It's going to work the same way. Just make sure that those expenses, right, are coming through that line of credit and that you are not segregating your income, period, all right? Very, very good question. So yes, the answer to that question is an unequivocal yes. You can use the business line of credit as the personal line of credit. Okay, business lines of credit, man, you can definitely get business lines of credit, 6 to 12 months. You can get approved for $50,000 in business lines of credit. You need to absolutely get with us on that. We can help you out. Info at velocityc.com. Info at velocityc.com or creditwiz at investorpro.org. We can assist you with that. If you need some help with this, we have a calculator coming out soon. It's going to assist everyone with velocity banking. We're absolutely going to make sure that you know what velocity flow is, right? Velociflow is. We need to make sure that you know what the formulas are so that you can put forth your best self when you are performing velocity banking. Thank you so much for watching. We will see you soon. God bless and have a great night.